There it is. Good old EX2 plus. He had more juggles there. I think a bunch of flash kicks is literally what you do in that setup, and then a super once the flash kick, once the trigger ends, the Excel ends. This is a nice East Coast matchup, you know what I mean? This is like the kind of matchup I would expect from the East Coast. Abigail's throw damage is really high, but like, it's kind of hard for him to close in, I feel. Guard break, jumping combo? Yup. That's B&B for Gal with no meter. He actually could have finished off with like a opening gambit or something instead. Sonic Boom opening gambit instead of, that probably would have been good because he was up around. It probably would have been like the right play even to use a super there. Throwing a chain is pretty low risk like that. That's the biggest thing that can happen. There's an opening gambit combo. Opening gambit's a pretty cool super that should come back someday. I really miss when games had like two or three different supers. That was like a really harmless way to like make things kind of technical, you know what I mean? Like there's no like why does it have to only be one super for every character? They could just make every super like a little bit more useless in Street Fighter 5. And then just give everyone a couple. That was a nice pure matchup. Look at that two-hit Guile sweep actually hitting. This is like one of the only games I can think of where both hits hit. That looks like a Kara fireball, but I don't know if Guile has that. He might. Might be off of like Sandhar kick or something. Anti-air flash kick is still good in this game. You do have to be afraid of like air excel, because air excel will allow you to like be invincible to anti-airs. That's the mix-up. You can burn a bar to like pray. Yeah, like that. His jumping combo wasn't good though, but that was like a good play. He dodged getting anti-aired, and it said got a jumping combo on Sagat. That was a good combo. You can get chipped out in this game, so Sagat's in a really hard spot. That trade! That was a flash kick. That's really good knowledge of Guile. This is surprisingly like decent level. I watched a few Too Old Too Furiouses before. It's surprisingly like high level EX. It's actually like a higher level than the EX videos that I was watching on like Acho and stuff. I was kind of surprised at like, you know, the level of play that they were playing. Meaty guard break from really far away. Guard break can be countered on reaction with Excel, but you have to be watching for it. Guard breaks are unblockable. If they hit you jumping out. They do have tall hitboxes, so if you jump out, you can potentially get hit airborne, and there are unique juggles if you get hit airborne. I wonder if he did crouching super if it would have worked. Sagat has 2 fireball supers. It might take longer to reach the opponent if it destroys a fireball in the way, so he might have wanted to dodge the fireball. I don't know. That was a good combo, though. Is it really going to be a Ken? That's kind of cool. Oh wait, they're button checking. Ken's not a super common character in this game. It's a fucking area. It's 2 areas. Kill me now. Also, there are no extra versions of characters. Apparently extras make you swap characters between each match or something. Excel is indeed a cast-wide Genei. Alright, it's not actually an area mirror. Pull up? Oh. Okay, it may just be an area mirror. Oh, it's Keef. I don't like Aria's face. I don't like anything about her. Something about that character fundamentally bothers me. That was a normal throw, I think. I don't know. Keef has a lot of throws in this game, and I forget which ones are the normal ones and which ones are the command grabs. That was a good lariat. Probably dodges that low, what do you call it, download. That's upload, and the one that goes underground is download. No completion there. Maybe it's a meter-only completion. He didn't quite have the bar. Excel has some major differences with Genei. The most important one is the pushback on block is insanely high. So you can get pretty good combos with it, but if Ooh, that was nice. That was a running bear. He has a follow-up here. He's gonna excel probably. No, just lariat. Nice. He can get a ton of damage here if he wants to. He doesn't. He did not want to. What was I gonna say? You can't use it to pressure on block like the way you can with Ganagine, which is kind of funny because the creators of this game had more foresight than the creators of Third Strike. Because Ganagine is only really broken when you consider its footsie application. Nice. Into the meaty download. That's a cool little setup. He jumped? That's the air. Why would you do that? That's the anti-air grab. It's like Hugo's Ultra 2. Excel also doesn't last very long. I should have mentioned that, but it's basically Ganagine.
That was Apollo 1.
Oh, and if you're a charge character, you have permanent charge in Excel, which is kind of a big deal. Some of these portraits look kind of whack, but some of them look really good. Sharon's a cutie. Sharon's my favorite character to play in this game, I think. Of all the EX characters anyway, my actual favorite character to play in this game is almost certainly Guile.
So the main thing about Sharon is she has like really good walk speed, and has that overhead right there.
Yeah, but that's not really safe.
Load.
Pressing like low forward and trying to cross people up. That's it. And then you want meter for her gun super.
He keeps on going for the overhead reset. That's punishable, like that, with Excel. It's interruptible in general. Gun. It went under. The gun is like instant and full screen. If the opponent's not already in the line of the gunshot by the freeze, they're probably not going to get hit. It is blockable. Costs a meter to load and then another meter to use. Gun is pretty good. That's the grab. That move was recycled on Poison. A lot of stuff in this game was actually snuck its way into Street Fighter. Poison has that, literally that exact move though. This does quite a lot of damage. Loading the gun I think doesn't carry between rounds, so there's really no point in like loading it near end game. Double XL, air XL combos, those are really hard to pick up. You got it. Oh, that was the jump down fierce to go over the... That was neat. Oh, that was kill! Oh, that hurts. Oh, never mind, he still got it. Excel has some mechanic where if you use the same normal twice, the damage is dramatically reduced. So you're encouraged to use literally all your normals, but the sequence is important.
Audio is hella loud now.
Arya has this thing where she can do a delayed, like she can bounce off the air to do like one of her normals, the down smack. And she can use that while she's got a download going on to get a delayed overhead versus an empty jump low, and it's basically a mix-up. That's the load. The gun does pretty good damage. That was the delayed overhead. If you can anti-air, then it's not really even a mix-up. But the real issue comes from when you're being forced to block that arm. We got a Volcano Rosso. Yep. Versus a D-Dark. Volcano Rosso's top tier. He's like number one probably. He's pretty nuts. He's got everything. That's a command jump he has. He can steer it. He can go forward or backward. That was the backward one. It's kind of tiny. It's less committal than a regular jump, but you can't do normal jump stuff out of it. You've only got like one button that you can do out of it. But it's a pretty great button. It has like high profile, so you can use it to go over projectiles. And it goes really far out and also decently far down. He also has Poison's Fireball. Ooh, nice. This is big damage. Into the meaty setup. That's not optimal in terms of damage, but it's definitely optimal in terms of footsies. Whoa! He guard braked on probably to make it safer, but he actually opened up. Like Rosso wasn't looking for the Excel or whatever. When he lays down the meaty mine, he can time his jump so that if he times it early, it's cross up, and if he times it late, it's not a cross
That's
up.
not a setup. That's not even a cross up. In fact, if Hard Red mistimes it, to be more crazy, you could just wake up. Oh,
This should kill.
There we go. Oh, what?
yeah.
It still works at least.
Normally he jumped back there, he jumped out.
But yeah, neutral jump was definitely the right choice.
The Dark is a very cool defensive character. That's a command dash. It's basically like Ibuki's Corsica forward medium kick in Street Fighter 5.
Block it.
Not a setup.
It's just, yeah, he's just trying to force you to block it at least.
Those are Rekkas, and one of the Rekka follow-ups. You can do just Rekkas into Rekkas, but you can also cancel one of the Rekkas into a parry.
Yeah,
You can also do the parries raw, but it makes it kind of trickier to punish his Rekkas. That being said, he has to guess right on the parry direction. He's got 3 different parries. Overhead, low, mid, I think. So he has to like anticipate what you would use to punish his Rekka. So he can save his Rekkas like half the time, even if he does a bad one.
To be more crazy's part. Nice block again.
Or maybe a third of the time if you have a good overhead. It's risky though, because if the opponent doesn't try to punish your Rekka, they can just punish your parry on reaction. So if you're doing a parry at all, you're guaranteeing that you're going to get punished if they don't commit. So like overall, it's really not in Russo's favor, but he can have it work. Nice. Oh, not nice. Fuck projectiles, dude. Fuck poison. Fuck Russo.
None of those are actual left-right mixes.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
regular fucking blocks.
You gotta carry your bouncy move a little bit forward.
Hard Red takes the first game.
I'm actually really surprised to be more crazy than use the EX, just like the wing up short you. It's one frame really fast, it's super invincible.
Yeah, it's one frame. You can't safe jump that big.
It's like the best DP in the game.
Yeah.
Quite
D-Dark
literally.
Super Dragon Punch, you cannot safe jump. Alright, same thing as last game. D-Dark's in the corner. Hard Red's throwing safe projectiles to build meter. Let's see who gets the first
Oh,
one.
that was nice.
Once again, it's to be more crazy. Let's see if he gets set up. Yes, he
Yeah,
does.
tricky.
No, it's not actually.
It-
Because he's in the corner.
It loops to
There's
itself.
less pushback.
Oh my god.
So you just naturally.
That was really ambiguous.
Nice excel though.
He's going for that kill. He burned the extra bar to kill.
Crazy.
That was probably not a good idea. He had such a huge lead. There was no comeback there. Russo's good, but like that wasn't gonna happen. I don't believe.
Alright, to be more crazy trying to hold space of like, yeah, but stay a far,
That chain is pretty good.
far wire.
It's a bit like Ed. It's like Ed's V skill. It's committal in the sense that it's weak to jumps and stuff, but it interacts favorably with other like ground zoning options.
Two gets in the corner. Wake up
Why is he waking up with that super? The DP super's better.
Pretty safe.
Hit us like 2 uppercuts like show you Repa.
Alright, Duke in the corner again.
That command dash is pretty good.
Throw. Alright.
More importantly, he can do a meaty fireball in some setups and then command dash through you, which is all like Ibuki's V-trigger setups.
There's no car there.
A lot of this game has been recycled into modern Street Fighter, to be honest.
Some spaghetti shit we're seeing right here.
Yeah, they're playing a little sloppy, but hopefully they'll get stuff together soon.
Stage is cool, dinosaurs and shit.
I'm surprised because Hard Red usually has his
That bomb is a pretty interesting projectile too. I wish something like that would come back. It's basically a banana, but better.
Alright, throw from hard bread. Alright. That's the mix up. Throw or move. Alright, let's go. What?
What the hell was that? Was that a guard crush?
Crush. Wake up.
nice.
Ooh,
Yeah, that is.
neat.
Super is so active.
Yeah,
He got parried and you can just do the hit of the parry, but you can cancel the parry itself into a super before the hit of the parry happens. Yo, look at this pressure. This bomb's hit meaty.
Pushed out. I'll just jump in. Alright.
Stamina house hits really high.
The Excel anti-air, yeah.
This should be not kill. Oh, what a bad punish. I don't know what he could have done there for max damage though. I think you can just combo like low forward chain. I think that works.
Damage. Hard Red can do whatever. You can make him block one of those.
I think you can just go into the chain from stuff.
Yeah.
That was a Kara.
Oh,
Cars in this game are pretty easy, and also cancel windows are pretty long. Cars don't work the way they do in Street Fighter.
Makes it safe anyway. Alright, Hard Red takes it. Okay, Hard Red versus L.I. Joe.
It's not one frame. Same matchup?
alright.
They're doing nothing. Oh wait. No, they're doing. It's not. They're not playing, right?
Or,
They're not playing.
Oh, thank you. What?
Damn it. There's a pull 'em. It's free play. Is this a calm? Does it say free play all the time? I think it's a calm. Pull 'em is not commonly picked in this game.
Loser semis? No.
names.
Loser's quarter.
Alright, here we go.
Bring it back.
Actual match.
Again.
Yeah, here we go.
Shows you how good D-Dark is right now.
Alright, trade
The X characters are probably generally a little bit better than the Street Fighter characters, but the balance in this game is actually not horrible.
first attack in the EX2 plus because first attack gets you a meter bonus. A lot of things give you a meter bonus in this game, like tech and throws and reverse
You see that delayed super cancel to punish the attempted punish?
takes the pressure off.
That was pretty cool.
No conversion.
I didn't realize you could cancel chain that late.
Could have gone into a 50-50
I love shit like that. Tricky.
Overhead.
jump it. That wasn't even an overhead. That was just a
Oh
straight
yeah.
jump it.
Oh, the guard crush. He didn't hit! That was such an easy reaction. He did the excel during the guard crush. He could see the guard crush,
Joe takes that.
but he failed to hit him in time. He like picked a normal that didn't have enough range.
Margaret's definitely a little nervous. I wish his reactions were more on point.
That's the command jump. I don't know how unsafe that is.
Just activating his face.
Sliding sweeps are really good.
By
Viroso, one of the nice things about him is that he's got a ton of plus frames on that projectile. So you can just end all of your... There's the cancel the chain. You can just end all of your excel combos in that projectile, and it's super, super good.
No, he had the read. Alright, makes it safe.
Hey, that was cool. That was actually really cool. 2 bars to make safe, like NBC.
Punish, yep.
Oh, it dropped.
Whoa, gosh.
I think he had a super combo to kill there.
Nice. I think he faked the grab.
Simple training exercise to get better at reactions. Reactions at what? At like confirming combos? That's a pretty simple one.
Drop combos.
Go to training mode and then set the blocking to random, and then do your confirms. Or if you're trying to react to counter hits, set the counter hit to reaction, and then
Oh my god.
practice your confirms.
Recovers pretty quickly. Take it with.
It's a bit hard if you're trying to react to anti-airs.
Oh my god. No conversion though, but he had the car at this time.
Yeah, he definitely had the setup down. That was sick.
Alright.
There's not really a good training mode way of reacting to those.
Jump. Keeps in the corner.
I don't think Joe knows his excels that well.
Whoa, the DP super.
Harper
Smashing
just
out.
needs to commit to jumping.
I wonder if he could have cancelled that to another super and like got the kill, or if it wouldn't have done enough. He probably should have. That didn't kill. Pathetic.
Nice activate, but he drops it again.
Yet again about commitment.
Damn, he needed just to sweep a bunch there. He like could have won pretty easily.
As long
Literally just hit him with a wire.
This is super, 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 super bad for Russo. Yeah.
what is going on right now?
Yo, is Joe gonna beat Duke?
He might. He's not playing very well.
Anti-airs are not that hard to react to. The real key is like being ready to do your anti-air thing.
He does.
If you're watching for an anti-air, you have like more time to watch to react to an anti-air than almost anything else that you need to react to in Street Fighter.
Oh, that's messed up his car.
This is another good track.
It takes like a full like
Yeah, Joe would
it takes over half a second for someone to jump in and then still hit you, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's actually a lot in terms of human reactions.
Nice, he got it.
Right? Oh, okay. Alright, good block.
I guess he did too late, but I did see the carrot.
It takes like a full second for a jump to fully resolve, I think.
Well, he could have just hit anything, like stand.
Wow.
stand right out super.
Anti-air guard crush leaves a pretty nice, easy juggle state.
Joe's gonna take this unless we see Hardred wake up right now.
No.
Anti-air DP super, that doesn't do that much damage, like in the ground or on the air. His other one does a lot more damage.
Finally, we see a finish combo. Walk up, nothing. Playing so scared.
There's no meter. Like, he
What's
shouldn't
that button?
be scared of anything. Now he should be scared.
Is that like some command normal I don't know about, or is that just a
He
medium
should be
kick?
scared when oh, he doesn't try full bar.
God, Russo looks so good right now.
I'm,
That's the Rekka. It's punch, punch, kick.
Fuck.
I like Rekkas that deviate like that.
Full stick of butter.
They traded first attack.
So D-Dark
You know what's kind of funny about Street Fighter 4?
versus in the game, so you have to play a little bit scared sometimes.
Well, game
You,
Every
hey,
every Rekka character has a different number of EX Rekkas.
Gordon did that with the car.
yeah, that was
There you go.
Yang has 5 EX Rekkas, Poison has 4, Fei Long has 3, and Rolento has 1.
Duke is not
Isn't that kind of strange?
combos.
He's not feeling confident.
Yeah, this is the Excel that you should be seeing from Duke.
Yeah, that's the ender. See how he got that full like ground string, and then he canceled to the fireball right at the end, and then he got like a link out of the fireball super easily.
Looking a little bit more comfortable now.
Rosso abuses the Excel system, probably the best of any character. He's got absolutely everything you need to abuse it.
Duke's
He's got really, really strong combos. He's got looping Excels pretty easily.
other people said you.
He's got like on arrow or ground. He's got
All right.
what else? He's got like a sliding sweep to stay in
His full bar.
really easily, or like pick up combos really easily from it, like to start with the sweep. If it's like a far away Excel.
Set up.
If he's getting an air combo, I think he has supers that juggle pretty easily. Whoa,
Activates,
unsupported signal.
but LIJ blocks on it.
Oh, oh, wait.
Oh, these are hard. He got the pickup. He completed it.
I don't think Joe knows his Excel combos.
He completed most of it anyway.
If I was hardbred, I would be a little bit more aggressive.
All right. Which way?
That was like deliberate. That was actually really cool.
50-50 is really messed up with his Excel combos.
I hadn't seen that setup, but it must be a common setup for the character, so I'm surprised I haven't seen it. He got 2 Rekkas and then canceled to a parry to cancel. He could have just done a 3rd Rekka, but he canceled to a parry to get the knockdown in the Oki. And then he did the meaty into the cross up. Depending on the timing of that cross up, or depending on the timing of the dash, it'll cross up or not. And he gets the combo out of it either way.
Cancel the fireball into a dash.
That is so cool.
Can't see it.
Rosso's kind of nutty.
Just gotta guess.
Rosso's like comfortably. I'm pretty sure Rosso's the best character in the game.
Nope, messes the car up. The neutral. Nice jump.
Yeah, LIJ with a nice neutral jump.
Oh no, messed it up again. Yeah, that's to move your car into the bomb.
Oh,
Button or something.
ouch.
All right, LJ just hold the front.
That move is plus the little hop kick or forward kick that.
Explosion.
I believe that's stand around house.
I'd like to see more of that from LIJ.
Ooh, that's nice there.
All right, we're going to last round. LIJ with full bar. Hardbred's got to get that first attack to get the meter.
Yeah, we can't stress enough how important meter is.
What's the combo? Who do you play, and what's the combo you're trying to learn, or like what's the reaction you're trying to learn?
Oh no, it's going to be dark.
What game are you even talking about?
Anti-air-to-air by LIJ.
Is it 5?
LIJ just doing safe block strings.
Nice.
Legitimately, like,
His super.
I like how everyone's pretty much in agreement that 5 is one of the best fighting games to start with.
Try to read some string of his. Oh, okay. Gets the pressure.
If you're like new to fighting games. Like everyone, a lot of people bitch on 5's quality.
Walk under Excel.
Sometimes fairly, sometimes unfairly. Often fairly.
Disagree with Hardbred's meter usage there.
And yet,
Just winning
with everything it does, it sure is easy to learn
by Hardbred, jumping
compared to other Street Fighters.
What?
It sure is accessible.
Wow, nice throw. Walk back.
In a heartbeat,
Our chance.
I'd say it's dramatically easier to learn Street Fighter 5 than any other Street Fighter and most other fighting games.
Damn, he kind of stole that. Joe was playing so solid. I'm surprised that Joe didn't use any of his meter.
He could just wake up Excel and just see the situation.
Anything.
Like he had 3 bars. Just do whatever he wanted. Like Excel is safe. There's no.
Buroso versus Area.
All right, first player, Hardbred. Second player, Apollo. Freaking art is lit right now. Both of my co-commentators are drunk as shit. I am the only sober one in this arcade, I feel like. Anyway,
much, dude.
how are you actually sober? I don't know, because I had to run
Damn, that's fairly accurate on both counts.
Yeah, dude.
Evil Ryu's not that hard to learn. You don't have to use
Hey, all right.
meaty max hit combos to play Evil Ryu.
All right. Stay patient.
Yeah, I'm glad Apollo's sharp right now.
Oh, nice. Let's punish.
And even if you do them, there's easier versions. You can just link into jab, that's 2 frames. You can even link to the DP, which is 2 frames plus input leniency for special moves because of negative edge.
Excel combo off.
You can actually do that. No one does it, but you can. You can play Evil Ryu and you can just do medium max kick into light uppercut. That links.
Damn it, I'm the drunk.
Hardbred about to steal it with 3 random.
It links and it's not that hard.
What a scramble there.
Yet again, the reason why meter is so important in this game.
But if you're going to play Evil Ryu and you can't hit links at all, then you might as well just play Ryu.
All right.
Since Ryu kind of has better neutral and is a lot easier to play.
Which way? All right.
Ryu doesn't actually have better neutral, but
fireball.
There's little
Just a
things.
random guard break.
Ryu's low forward is
Whoa,
like
wait.
very hard to argue with. Like Evil Ryu's low forward is better because it does more damage.
Nice combo.
So in the very end, it ends up being the better like low forward in footsies.
Every button.
But in terms of like how often you can use low forward and have it work, for Ryu it's gonna be way better than Evil Ryu.
He literally just caught him for the
Caught
every
him
button.
every single time.
He frame traps with Excel every single time.
I played Evil Ryu as one of my mains.
So an interesting thing about
It was like him, Ken, and Elena.
throw,
My Elena was my best, and then my Ken and my Evil Ryu were about the same.
make your opponent guess.
Yep.
Make him waste
And then I played a lot of casual characters on the side, such as Guile and Kami.
There's a few things in this game you have to learn. Anyway, here we go. All right, Martin gets a combo.
The whiff normals in the center.
All right, what are we doing? Setup.
Yeah. Just
Nice
block
tech.
That rocket is too good.
Fucking insane.
I don't know why Harbrick's so
Akuma's simultaneously way easier than and way harder than Ryu.
Good delay. Ah,
It's really hard.
Akuma's hardest stuff is some of the hardest stuff in the whole game.
not. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Harbrick's just winning on all the scrambles basically.
But like Akuma's practical stuff,
Yeah, back up. Back
which
up.
is about 95% of his game, is easier than most of the practical stuff of other characters.
Oh god.
Ryu would still be the one I would recommend though if you're like trying to learn a Shoto. Ken is also fine.
Yeah, Apollo almost took it, but he wasn't able to convert off
Literally OS everything.
opportunities like
That is a super hard question to answer because of how big it is.
got nothing.
I feel like what I have some 5 here. I feel like I'm gonna open it. Oh, this will be neat. This will actually be neat. There's a good chance this is gonna be some extremely neat footage. This is Tokido-san playing against Hameko. They played a bunch of sets. 4 matches apparently. This is my first time actually seeing Akuma versus Abigail. That jump strong is really good for going over fireballs. It has really, 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 really far range compared to most other punish. Very nice. Compared to most other normals, you can literally be half screen to hit someone with jump strong. That was a low strong hitting an attempted parry. Could whiff punish that probably. He should have cancelled that. Maybe into medium Tatsu. Look at all that damage. This might be a modded Akuma skin, I have no idea. It looks like a modded one. He's got like the Street Fighter 4 Akuma hair. And he's got like armor. I don't know what costumes are actually in the game. It's hard to tell when Abigail's crouching, isn't it? He looks like he's still standing. Another failed parry. So someone tell me how Abigail's parries work. What's the actual difference between them? I'm guessing the low one only works on low parries. Do both of them work on crouching punches, or is it just like one is all standing normals, the other one's all crouching normals? The high one definitely works for jumps. It seems like it seems like there should be a lot of stuff that they both parry. It seems like you'd never use the low one if it only parried lows. But the low one might only parry lows for all I know. Akuma's got a low V skill, and I'm not even sure if that's... I'm pretty sure that's only lows. Well, if you use the one you normally block with, then both of them are gonna work most of the time. If you use the one you normally block with, you'd use the low one almost all the time. It's probably that one is only lows. That would make the most sense. That's a mix-up. Look at that. Tokido got beaten. I've only used the Akuma Slowby skill to parry on purpose, like probably twice in all the time I played Akuma. That's plus, I think. Tokido backdashed. Yeah, optimal. This guy's already playing a really good Abigail. Dash in towards Fierce. On the far away crush counter. Abigail seems to be pretty good. Oh, that jump around us hit so late. So far away. There's definitely some elements of matchup and experience here for sure. He got that charge fierce. I don't think he actually got the charged version. Yeah, it didn't launch high enough. Well, look at all those numbers. Can you read me whatever that was? Oh. Tool assisted. I knew it would be something from him, based on the link. That stand strong is plus a lot, right? Plus 3. It's pretty good. And it's like plus 7 on hit. Kameka's not having it. He's blocking high on every demon flip. Interesting. ATR Fireball worked. Looked like it worked pretty well too. I'd like to see a lot more stay medium kick, to be honest. But like trying to counter poke Abigail seems like a lesson in or an exercise in futility. I mean, he's probably got a lot of startup on all his stuff, but like he can hit you from so far away. Why did we letterbox? What's up with that? Okay, it went away. And parry. I don't even think that's optimal parry follow-up. I think it's just Abigail punch, unless you've got the meter. He probably went for the EX run. It's probably good to parry into always EX run. Oh, he dropped it. That does so much fucking damage. He could have died. Okay. There's no ender there. He had no EX. Woo! There it is. That should kill. I didn't actually have that anywhere in my video, and now I regret it because that's good. I had back fierce and stand fierce, and I was like, down fierce probably isn't that useful. But down fierce and that's like the one follow-up where down fierce actually would be useful, and I didn't think to do that. EX? I don't like that. Fusco was way better there, I feel. Third one. Nope. Jump. Tokido knows best. EX? Tokido. Stop. Damn, have you ever played it? I might play with you. Fireball seemed pretty good. Towards fierce. I think he needed EX to kill there for sure, but it's just like, I don't agree with that. Tokido though. Oh, he thought, Abigail health. Tokido played like a god that round. I mean, I know Abigail's damage is really high, but like, you know, if you're playing closed. Whoa, that forward dash. Oh, you gotta approach more than that. I've noted, that's important. He did a reversal stand forward, but it was too far away to punish. Abigail's minus a lot after that, so you can do a good amount of walking forward and then stand forward, and that's probably good enough. Tokido said that recently in an interview. Interesting punish. Adapted. Abigail doesn't really have anything to deal with pressure. Not about committal and non-committal. That was matchup inexperience. Tokido had a few things he could have done there. I wouldn't have been ready to do them either. But he could have EX DP'd. And I don't think Abigail was going to be parrying there. And the EX DP could have been V-trigger. Probably better to let it rock though. Abby's range. Yeah, his reversal does give him a setup. That's a big deal in terms of defense. That's like a really big deal, especially because he's got a 2-bar V trigger. So there's no downside to using a V. Oh. Nice Toki. He had a stand forward instead of a stand jab. I think he would have killed without using 2 bars if he used the stand forward instead of the stand jab. He got towards fierce, and then it was counter hit. I think he's +3 after dash up. It might be more than +3 actually. It's plus a lot. It's like plus 8, I thought. It was like plus a fucking large number. After viewers. No, I think removing... That's so stupid. You should not have... Like, reversal should reset it to neutral, I feel. I feel like it should not give you setups. Mika was the big offender. Mika was so bad. You have a character with the best reversal in the game, and then also the best up-close mix-up in the game, and her reversal leads to her up-close mix-up. So you're basically, like, half the time you're gonna remove the white health you just inflicted. I don't like that at all. It's not what reversals are about. Yo, that's the setup. Who sent me that recently? I guess Tokido saw it too. Nice. Oh, that's gonna kill. If it was up to me, I'd make it so, Whoa, that's a DJ. I'd make it so reversals didn't even do white damage, and they were cheaper. And they left characters farther apart. Maybe half a V-bar. Get people spamming them. I'd probably just increase the rate at which you get V-meter. Yeah, there was a very impressive change there. Jump on us. Fun fact, DJs earn almost do much higher damage than most characters. Oh, that's a lot shittier at being vertical than it was in pre-Ultra. DJ's EX upkicks actually got nerfed quite a lot. Which is kind of funny because, you know, lol nerfing a bottom tier. Rufus probably has no notable punishes for most sub-out kicks. I think Mika got hit pretty hard. The thing about Mika is that, like, the wall bounce was always like a fucking... I don't know. The wall bounce is obviously a big deal. But I feel like with it, like, she's, like, too dumb, and without it, she's not dumb enough. I think Mika's probably pretty weak in Season 2. But not unviable. She has like other enders besides clap that are still okay, so it's not that bad. Nice. Like just stand fierce into hard shooting Peach is fine. Like a stand medium, stand fierce is better than most of the characters can do already. Is that a punish? What is this fucking Viper? Who would I consider unviable? Jury hasn't won a major or any sort of significant thing yet. I think she probably can, but it's going to take someone pretty damn good. But I think she's got the potential. So I guess I would say Jury's viable. Ed, probably the same deal. Ryu, I don't know. I feel like Ryu's in the same boat as Jury and Ed. I feel like he's a pretty similar tier to them, but unlike Jury and Ed, people actually know Ryu really well. So like he's even though he's like probably about as good as them, he's worse. And then maybe Fong? I don't know. I don't know if I'd call anyone unviable. Ryu is like the closest. Ryu is probably my pick for bottom one. And then I guess Alex is somewhere down there too. Ryu's kind of tricky though, because viability is usually a measure of like how many serious counterpicks you have. And Ryu doesn't really have that many serious counterpicks. He's just always not that, you know, always not that dangerous. I don't know, I personally wouldn't call a single character in Street Fighter V unviable. That is my final opinion. Including Mika. That shit looks good. He got it. Damn, that was a safe jump, and if it hit, he was gonna go into a burn kick, I bet. Peter is unviable. I would agree with that. Yeah, I would agree with that. Maybe a couple 4-6s. Ryu is generally fun. Shin Peter would actually be an excellent guide character. But a lot of people would just be like, who? Drops this combo the kill. Should have been Crutch Fierce or Stand Fierce into EX Seismo. Damn, remember Viper, remember killing with block strings? Remember Viper ground pound EX ground pound EX ground pound? I think that was a true block string, right? Or EX EX normal was a true block string maybe. That, look at that. Look at those. I think those aren't a true block string. We got hit, so. Well, no, it doesn't matter because they're lows. Are they lows? Jumping us might have been good there. Viper is very cool. Viper received almost no changes from vanilla to ultra. I feel like that's a testament of how well she was designed. I guarantee that Gen's V skill would either be two V skills that are entirely different, or it would be to swap between. Knowing Capcom would probably be the latter. But I consider the chances of Gen having two CAs, potentially two V triggers, and two V skills to be quite high. Viper plays pretty good. Sock. Seismos can't be cancelled after release unless they hit the opponent. So if you jump over a Seismo, it's basically the same as jumping over a fireball. Seismos are a lot more like fireballs than they look. He actually had a juggle into ultra there. Wow. That overhead leg crossed out. Sakura held forward. How strange. Sakura's pretty short and Viper goes really, really high for her overhead because she can use it to jump over projectiles. That was smart. Pokemon Stadium minigames back up. Never ever. Tricky. You can focus dash your way out of those, which makes it a lot easier to deal with. This Sakura's had a bunch of runs with Vipers before, you can tell. They really weren't better than most Mario Party games. I guess they were. Only because most Mario Party games are pretty shit too. This does pretty good damage. That's like an underrated little Sakura setup there. Frame caps did not pay. Taken down on the word go. I remember that shit. Am I being dumb and thinking she has to do more to achieve what the other characters can do with a lot less? Viper only has 3 special moves, but they have like a lot of secret uses. Is it a rebroadcast, or is it like modern? There's a lot of technical stuff to Viper's Seismo stuff. There's a decent amount of technical stuff to her Thunder Knuckle. There's a decent amount of technical stuff to her Burn Kick, really. Viper has some air cancels. Jump light kick, jump hard kick, neutral jump hard punch. I think there's another one. So you can use those to cancel into burn kicks and get like front hit to cross up and stuff like that, or like 2-hit strings to blow up focus. And anti-air focus is really good against Viper because you don't have to pick a blocking direction, so you can use it to escape tricky burn kick setups. You can also low profile burn kicks. Test Viper, there are people who have hit, like, Viper's technical, but she's not so executionally difficult that, like, you need a task to unlock it. So the stuff Viper has is hard, but, like, when you understand it, when you're good at it, it's like, it's just all cancels. So there's not actually that much difficulty. I mean, there's a lot of difficulty, but, like, you know. Yes, this is a winery. Pretty cool stage. It's a Shadaloo winery, no less. I really like the stages of Street Fighter 5. I wonder if one day I'll be like, oh man, like 5 years down the line, someone's just like, whoa, is this stage like a fucking forgotten waterfall? EX Burn Kick has invincibility. So does Hard Thunder Knuckle. So does EX Seismo. Viper has invincibility on at least one version of all of her specials. They're all like really specific though. Like Hard Thunder Knuckle's invincible and I think unthrowable. But on block it's pretty awful. So you have to FADC it, and the FADC juggles are not that good. You get either another Hard Thunder Knuckle, which does like 140 altogether, it's pretty weak, or you get Ultra 1, I think. I think you can get Ultra 1 on a grounded opponent like that. Viper doesn't normally do that though because she's got EX Seismo, which is a 1-bar Ultra 1 setup. So she doesn't really need a 2-bar Ultra 1 setup. Oof. She went overhead. Why do people like Sakura? She's cute. She's also very easy to play. All of her normals are quite good. Notably, they're really fucking fast. Her combos feel pretty satisfying to land too. She's got like the highest, I think she's got like the second highest meterless damage in the whole game. Like from practical starters I should say, because technically Hugo like hard clap exists. But you're just not going to land that very often. Ouch. Viper can actually use Hard Thunder Knuckle cancel as a reversal. It's kind of shitty because it's got kind of a long elapsed period, but you can use it to dodge safe jumps, for example. You've got your first stream invincibility, and then there's enough recovery. There's like not enough recovery. I think you can't be punished. The Viper can use that to anti-safe jump, which is a little bit of a deal in this game. Hot Ryu with vagina. And technically breasts, I guess. Technically Sakura has breasts. These trades. Trade combos like that are really tight. Oh my lord. Geef is really scary. Geef in this game actually has some of the best footsies in the game, which are particularly enhanced by staying short EX hand. This might kill. Nice. That's a good jump back hard kick. Seems cool. Never played a game with Makoto. She's fun. What I like to see. Or a Necro. Maybe Remy or Elena. Bunch of third strike characters in short. I made an entire video about who I wanted. On it was Ed. And so was Akuma. There are a bunch of other characters who will probably not make it, but you know. That was a good close fierce. Sakura's close fierce is tall as fuck. It's basically a slightly better Kami close fierce, which is hard to imagine because Kami's close fierce is one of the best buttons in the game. And yet Sakura's is still better. It's like as tall but a frame faster. Ah, that was smart. That was really smart. Sakura probably could have backdashed the second one and then gotten a full combo punish. There's 2 more characters, yeah, in Season 2. Oh my god. Sakura doesn't get many chances, so when you see someone get a chance and then drop it, it hurts. I have to remember which video had your ideas for an avatar fighter. It was called My Actual Fighting Game Idea, and I'm pretty sure if you commented that on one of my YouTube videos that I actually responded with that just recently. It was during one of my Mario 64 ROM hack playthroughs. Fireball and uppercut is a very successful formula for Street Fighter. But Sakura is a lot less fireball uppercut than you think. Sakura's fireball is not a fireball, and Sakura's uppercut is not an uppercut. They're just meant to resemble them. Functionally, they're almost completely different. Well, I guess your fireball is a fireball, but you don't use it like Ryu Sudoken. Oh, if that was jump run off, he would have just killed immediately. Good overhead. Remember when overheads were safe? They had to make overheads like -2. Not -6. What the fuck is that? Shadows are indeed the most they've ever been. Most different they've ever been. That was a safe jump it looked like. Ken can beat safe jumps with light and hard uppercut. Ooh. What? Jumped? That was nice. You can link hard uppercut fairly easily from lights. You can't cancel chained lights in this game. But if you're linking out of them, that's not much of an issue. Ken might go over here. Nope. Nice, that was a punish. He could have cancelled that low forward, it was a good low forward. It was very, very easy to anti-cancel that. He could have gone straight to EX2 and done a shit ton. It's pretty good, Ken. He's dying though. Hard uppercut would have built the muted F80C. Might have been the right play. No. I mean, Oro has a touch of death. Oro has several if you count reset touch of deaths. Oro has like 3 match viable touch of deaths though. Granted they have resets, but the resets are really... They have a reset, but the reset's really hard to get out of without dying. Basically, there's one opportunity to parry out, but like, if you parry, you need to get a fuck long parry. Yeah, a ton of characters have Touch of Death on Akuma. Or actually has a no reset Touch of Death on Akuma, I think. But it's kind of hard to do. You need to have super and you need to get a like a jump in chicken combo pretty close to the corner. And then you need to get a kind of hard combo that stuns. Whoa. A lot of characters have Touch of Death on Akuma. Hugo can fairly easily Touch of Death Akuma if he gets a hard clap in a good way and has a lot of meter. It's not so rare. Makoros is just in the best place. I'm pretty sure pretty much most Ryu, like, if Ryu gets a jump in and has Super 2 stocked on Akuma, he can just kill from like full HP, I think. I'm pretty sure Ryu with a full damage combo into Shinshoryu, into the follow-up from Shinshoryu, will Touch of Stun Akuma, and then the whole combo will kill. The engine's really good, but it's not so good for Touch of Death. I think he had another uppercut there, hard one. Most people don't know that Gongoro exists. And most social justice warriors do not care about what happens outside the United States. Even though ironically there are much worse instances of human rights violations outside the United States than in it. Like in the Middle East. Ultra. I don't know how to feel about Gongoro. I feel like it's harmless. I do know how to feel about it. But I feel like there might be people who get upset anyway. Like, technically, I guess it can be seen as blackface, but it's really not trying to offend anyone at all. And I feel like intent is the main thing. Like, blackface was trying to fucking poke fun at black people. That combo looks tight, but it's not that good. It's got a good corner carry. I don't want to go to work tonight. I don't want to be at work in 30 minutes. Nice. Tricky. That's not even that good of a mix-up. I'm not sure why he tossed it there. I mean, that was fine. But if he did, he could have done jump light kick, jump medium kick to get the same mix-up, but more ambiguous. Nice. Good backdash, good punish. Hippo stage came out with super, and a lot of people think it's one of the best stages. In particular, on the first round, there's this solar eclipse, and it looks pretty great. The Abigail stage is actually one of my favorite stages now in Street Fighter V. But holy shit, fucking the Sagat Temple. That is a great stage. Shadowly Temple? No. Thailand. Huh? Where's the EX2? Yeah, like, Japan doesn't have that entire culture of, like, anything leading to blackface. It's like not even related. Oof. Kinda hit Stairman House. My only transitions, it's morning all the time. It's just the solar eclipse is in the first round near the beginning. I love that setup. I can't believe that dropped. He looked like he did it all right. Was it crouching and I missed it? Oh, Abigail stage. I think it's a time-based thing, but I don't know. Street Fighter 5 stages and 4 stages in 5. I guess technically speaking, the grid. But that's it. Blocker. Not bad. Zeta Zeta with a link. Alright, let's hit it. Let's click the link. Japanese Louis Armstrong sings What a Wonderful World. This might be some actual real blackface. Oh, Japan. I'm not black, so I can't have an opinion. I'm white bread Anglo. I'm not offended, but what can you expect? He was expecting that hard DP to be a counter hit, but it wasn't. Near the end there. Ken top 5? I don't think so. You talking about Street Fighter 4 or 5? Because we got a Street Fighter 4 Ken right on the screen. If it's Street Fighter 5, I think Ken's like probably like around mid. In this game, I feel like Ken's like probably number like 6 or 7. Whoa. I don't think Ken's that good or that bad in Street Fighter 5. He's very not anything. He's got some pretty even matchups that theoretically makes him kind of good. Whoa, that was tricky. I'm not like a social justice warrior or anything, but like I'm pretty sure if Urkel was whiteface, no one would give a shit. I'm pretty sure there's a little bit to that like prejudice plus power thing, just a little bit. Like I don't think that fucking white people are the only people who can be racist or anything. But like definitely like some part of like a perceived wellness in society is giving white people a thick skin against racism. It is definitely hard to offend a white person using racism. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that prejudice plus power. Those are SJW words, not mine. I probably wouldn't call it power. I like was a social justice warrior until like a bunch of social justice warriors ruined what it meant to be a social justice warrior. You know what I mean? I was like egalitarian as fuck. And then a bunch of crazies came out and had like really strong opinions that like, you know. Like I'm like pro mixed marriage. If you want to have a mixed marriage, go ahead. But like if you want to like there are people now who are just like if you don't have a mixed marriage, you're desecrating the gene pool. I like was a feminist until like a bunch of fucking crazy people took it over. Unless a bunch of crazy people always existed in feminism, which they probably did. And I became increasingly aware of it. But racism shouldn't even be a term. It should just be racism, regardless of the direction it's going in. I think that whites have a cultural identity, it's just that if you're white, it's hard to see it. And because a lot of white people think it doesn't exist, like fucking a lot of other people think it doesn't exist. But that one I actually also legitimately believe is like, there's an ounce of truth to that. SJW say it's because of the dominant society that whites have. They can't see the fucking social norms because they're used to them. I think that's also vaguely truthful. There's a lot of stuff I do that I wouldn't really consider white, that are probably white. But yeah, I would say that like, you know, it's not a racial identity for like a particular race in America. Yeah, there's the second hard uppercut. I just want people to be comfortable. That's like my actual politics. What political system allows people to be the most comfortable? Ken, that was probably intended to be an EX uppercut. Ken had a few anti-air uppercuts he's been missing. What the fuck? That was a Tatsu. I'm strong. I didn't vote, to be 100% honest. Every candidate was really shitty last election. If I actually voted, I probably would have just written in like Darth Vader or something like that. That was a guaranteed kill setup. There's nothing I could do to avoid that. Fireball except like EXDP, and if EXDP Tucker can punish on reaction, And then because he blocked it, Sakura could on reaction low forward into uppercut. And that would have been a 2-block string. Don't like nuclear power. Nuclear power is just great. Unblockable setups. I don't want to say there aren't any, but like if there are any, they're unviable as fuck. I can't think of any though. I think there's some. I think there's that setup where if you, it's like a jump in, and if you block one way, it crosses up and hits you, and if you block the other way, it doesn't cross up and hits you. So like there's only wrong blocking directions. I think I saw at least one of those. But it's like, you don't really get like hard knockdowns into like meaty jumps at like super specific ranges. It's not really a thing that happens. But I think I've seen at least one like that. Wow, nice. Ah yes, unblockable setups, Reese V-trigger firewalls, how could I forget? Knock someone over with crush counter sweep, withstand strong, charge a fully charged fireball. GG. Yeah, the knockdown timing is super, because there's two different ways to tech most knockdowns. And there's very little Oki to even get a jump in, even if the opponent techs, and most of them were off of jump ins. And then, also, her boxes have been normalized a bit. Like, characters are all about the same width now. Characters tend to respond the same way to combos now. Which means there's very few character-specific stuff. Like, if you watch, like, combo videos that use, like, Dalsim, or Crouching Honda, or, like, DJ in this game, you could do combos that, like, weren't otherwise possible. No, hard knockdowns are still busted, it's just the tech isn't there. If you actually get a crush counter sweep, you can get some really dirty stuff with, like, about at least over half the cast. The problem is crush counter sweeps aren't common, and they're also really horrible to risk going for. And also a lot of them require crush counter sweep into V-trigger. So that you actually have like jump and Oki time. Yeah, it's really that sweeps suck. That's the key. But safe jumps are as good as they ever were, technically. They're like better than they ever were. Because there's a lot less ways to wake up into a safe jump than there used to be. And like safe jump OSs still work. Nice, got him midair. Kareen sweep is probably the only good sweep left. Laurent. I actually know a lot about this character because I fought User Unknown a lot. And also I've made a B&B video for him. He's pretty neat. I would call him high level neat. That's punishable, but it's hard. It's -5, I think. I'm using Elena's low strong actually hits that fast. She could low strong it. Elena also had a DP punish. She could do reversal DP and it would hit. All of her DPs were 5 frames or faster. Her super would also punish it, and low jab I think situationally would punish it. So Elena had a bunch of punishes, but most characters have a hard time punishing at all. That's definitely how to play Bison. There's a little bit more specifics to Relento, but not a whole lot more. This stage is pretty shit. Kinda ugly to look at. And it lags. That was right. That was the right combo. And why was it EX? Should have been DP. He's trying to stay safe, probably. Volcanic Rim seems like it should be the coolest stage in the game, too. It's a shame. Oh, the Sakura is suddenly hitting all his combos. I want to see the reset. Show me the reset. Whoa, he's going for deep combos. That was like Valenta specific. That was pretty cool. Most stages don't have an owner in this game. In fact, I don't think any do. Holy shit. This into Ultra 1 might kill. Good lord. Yellow, red, and brown. Technically speaking, the stage is meant to represent the fight between Goken and Akuma, which happened on a volcano. There's actually a Shin Goken in addition to a Shin Akuma in this game. And also a Shin Oni and Shin Evil Ryu. And a Shin Seth, technically. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. You were my brother, Anakin. Shin Evil Ryu is the best character by far in Street Fighter 4. By far. He has like infinites galore. Supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them, bring balance to the Force. Something. I don't remember the quote. Shin Evil Ryu, no. Probably Gel actually. No, probably still Shin Evil Ryu. It's hard to say what like it would have done to his footsies. But normal cancelable teleports are so busted. Anakin actually did bring balance to the Force. In the beginning, there were thousands and thousands of Jedi. And like 2 Sith. And then after episode 6, there's like... I shouldn't say after episode 6, I should say by episode 4 there's like 2 Sith and 2 Jedi. After episode 6 it's like 1 Jedi and 0 Sith. Yeah, that's not balanced, I don't know what is. That's unsafe, that's really unsafe. Oh wow. Nice punish. T-Hawk can always live forward that. Regular roll is pretty punishable, but it's really far away. It's a bit like a Blanca ball. You get him? Looks good. No, too far away. I was kind of hoping for Finn to be a Jedi. I guess he still could be. It's not out of the question yet. I like that they showed him like fighting with a lightsaber, even though he wasn't like, you know, force attuned. Episode 8? You mean episode fucking 3.5? Episode 8 is out yet. It's good, yeah. It's one of my favorites, to be honest. I think it's probably like 5, 4, 3.5. My list of favorites. Oh, 7 was a little mediocre. It had parts of it that were very charming and parts of it that were very stupid. Yeah, 7 was too safe. And also Ray was handled absolutely miserably. If it wasn't for Ray, I would have thought 7 was great. And I don't even dislike the concept of Ray, but they just went absolutely bonkers with her. It was too stupid. Suspension of disbelief ruined. Alright, I need to leave pretty soon, so I'm supposed to be at work in like 15 minutes. Probably at the end of this match. I don't understand why Ray was that force sensitive, that she could just do stuff. That she could just break someone who'd been training for like years. That was so bad. Ray got too much attention. She could do too much. That might actually be airborne, yeah. I have a fan theory for Ray that kind of fixes her character. It's actually a pretty good theory in my opinion. So Ray has like crazy high force sensitivity, right? Nice. Here's my theory. She was abandoned on a desert planet. She's got crazy high force sensitivity. Her parents walked out on her. I guess, you know, same deal as abandoned. I think it's pretty obvious that she must have been the child of two incredibly force-sensitive people. And for whatever reason, they no longer wanted her. I think it's Luke and Leia. I think Luke and Leia had a kid before they found out they were siblings. And then when they found out they were siblings, they were too ashamed. So they abandoned it. It's genius, right? And that's why she's so force sensitive, is because her parents were two of the most force sensitive people. Oh, well, that's an overhead. Well, those combos are kind of tight. Alright, now I really need to go. I'm gonna watch till the end of this round. Alright, bouncing.